The past few days have been a theatre of an unprecedented presidential election dispute brought before the apex court that Chief Justice Martha Koome leads, with the country's top legal minds laying bare the law in various petitions challenging the outcome of the August 9th presidential election. Upcoming lawyers were also fronted to sharpen their legal darts amongst the high-profile legal minds. The three-day proceedings would see at least little-known lawyers such as Julie Soweto, Mahat, Somane and Willis Otieno, who somehow stole the show from the Senior Counsels. Take a look.
And my lords, the first complaint and the...
At least 88 lawyers represented parties involved in the 7th consolidated presidential petitions at the Supreme Court. The main protagonist in the 3rd presidential petition since the promulgation of the 2010 Constitution were Azimio la Umoja One Kenya presidential candidate Raila Odinga, President-elect William Ruto, and the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. The Attorney General was also named as a defendant.
So the sanctimonious, self-righteous, pompous pontification of the so-called 4 commissioners are an afterthought.
Representing the parties, they came armed with legal jargon, documents, election rigging claims, defense strategies, among others, making some stand out, with some appearing before the Supreme Court for the first time.
He called both of them, and he was the only person who knew who the disco would land on. It could have been either of them. It could have been William Ruto, it could have been Raila Odinga. It fell on William Ruto and he says, voila, you are the president. Is that how we intend to choose our national executive? We've reduced it to Mimi's childhood game of picky, ponky, pacamielo.
Counsel again.
Yes, my lord.
I did give you brotherly advice. Be careful. That language appears to be alien to this court.
Declined and dishonored this court's order to give us information on the results transmission system.
And one of the ways it protects the sovereignty of the people is to ensure that the will of the people in electing their representatives reflects what the people have voted it to be.
Article 89, Clause 1. It says there shall be 290 constituencies in the Republic of Kenya. And that is where the law contemplates that elections shall take place. But what happened on 9th of August is that we have submissions and averments that elections took place in 291 constituencies. The fundamental questions, my ladies, my lord, is where did this extra constituency come from?
I will take you back to the registrar's report, whereby they searched between August, the entire month of May to August, for any deletion, removal, there was none. Then they searched for the entire August, whether those users accessed. The answer was none. I will adopt this report in entirety.
Every ballot that was counted, it tallies with what was given to each of the candidates. But most importantly, the allegation the petitioners have made and have been running around with is that election results were being taken from one candidate and being added to another. That fact was not proven. This is their case.
Where it is established that a state officer is subverting the Constitution and the rule of law, the court's hands are not shackled by procedural niceties. Please, Madam Chief Justice and honorable judges of this court, bite and bite for the glory of this court.
Each polling station had its own unique kimskit, and as we have shown, the 11,000 polling stations that we had complained were staged were transmitted all from one IP address.
At the end of the day, after you clear through the fog, what were the issues that the chairman was being accused of? They do not meet the standards, I pray, that would be required for us to overturn the presidential elections in the general election of 2022 and send 14 million plus Kenyan voters back to the vote and spend immeasurable amounts in treasure.
Lawyer Mahat Somane stood out as a guru in ICT.
The document relating to Jose Camargo has come from the QR register, which is distributed to every polling station. Apio took an original Form 34A. He had the QR register and he took a picture of it.
But one Willis Otieno was the man of the day, or would we say days, with his witty phrases and analogies. Remember the plumber in the bathroom?
Once a plumber has fixed your bathroom, that plumber has no business being in your bathroom when you're showering. If you find him at that time, you tell him, "Get behind me, Satan," as was said in the book of Mark 8:33.
Reporting for Sunday Express, I'm Jackie Wambiru.